Hello and welcome. This is a LullaBaby Babby by Batet head that I reborned into this beautiful skin tone. And I'm going to weigh some glass beads and some poly pellets to show the difference in weight. So this container here is 3 pounds of poly pellets. Look how much poly pellets that is. Will I be able to fit it in one of these cuddle bodies? This is my little purple cuddle body made out of flannel, soft flannel. It's already pre-weighted in limbs with polyfill and polyplastic pellets. So I'm kind of explaining here that I don't really want to put glass beads in my flannel bodies. Even though they have a nice stocking on the inside that holds it, I would be concerned that over time in flannel and maybe given to a child, I just wouldn't put glass beads in there. Polyplastic pellets are kind of a common thing in plushies and plush animals. But putting 3 pounds of weight in there, that's a little too much to fit in my bodies. And I'm lifting that up, demonstrating that actually feels heavier than 3 pounds. 3 pounds of object weight, or should I say dead weight, is going to weigh almost twice. I'm not, exact sure on that, but it does weigh way heavier than a human or an animal. If you were to lift a 3 pound animal, it would be feeling very light. So this is the glass beads. And they're very fine. They're smooth and round, but they're very fine, like sugar, but round. And I could put them in little pouches inside this bag. I could put it in the flannel. And again, I'm describing that I just really prefer to put the glass in a fabric that's a little thicker. That will hold up longer. You can always replace these little cuddle bodies after a while. You can get a fresh one. You can buy a cuddle body from just about anywhere for maybe empty for probably about $20. And then you've got to spend the money for the filler. That's where it gets expensive. So I'm going to share with you that I have some fabric that's made out of wool, and it's a nice beigey camel, and it's very soft. It feels very much like a really soft, heavier flannel. So I have some of these, and I already pre-made this like probably a month ago. This was one of my other designs. And the limbs are stitch closed. Nothing's going to come out into the torso. And so I made these little pouches of glass beads, stockings, and I've already put one inside the head. And we're going to weigh this head. And it's 12.9 ounces. We're pretty shy to a pound on that, but when I lift that head, I really feel like that feels like what a pound of sugar would feel like. So like I said, objects and dead weight is going to feel heavier. So now we're going to show you an example of a pouch or a stocking of glass beads, and that's going to go inside the body, and that is almost 1 pound. It's 13.4 ounces. Now we're at 1 pound, 36 ounces. At the head, we're a little over 2 pounds. Let's add a body that's got some filler. That's 2.5 pounds almost. Now here's another pouch of glass bead stocking, and I believe I tripled this stocking up. If your stockings are real sheer and thin, you're going to want to double or triple, just to make sure that none of the little glass beads work their way out. I love my white gloves. White glove service. Yeah, I had to loosen up that tie a little bit. Now we got that in there. I'm going to work it down into the bottom area. Normally I'd be alternating with polyfill, but I'm not sure how much room I have. I got to get all this weight inside the torso here. So we're testing this out. So I think that was the bag of polyplastic pellets on top of a bag of glass beads, and I'm trying to tap that and get that down there. And normally I would put polyfill down in the little crevices of the hip area and the butt. So let's see, what am I doing next here? And the reason why I'm doing the voiceover is just to drown out any sound that's in the background, and I can record when things are quieter at my house. So I'm going to stick this in there and see if that'll fit, because that would be more weight, and that is the polyplastic pellet. So I'm really thinking we're not going to be able to add that. So let's try removing the polyplastic pellets. So we're not at 3 pounds yet. We're at 2 pounds, 14 ounces. And it feels good, but she wants 3 pounds, and I'm going to do my best to get it at 3 pounds. She wants it more like a therapy baby to hold with some added weight, and this is for her and not a child. So that's why I'm willing to put the glass beads in there. And you can do what you want once you get it, and you can do what you want. If it becomes an adult doll, then do what you want. If your child is a lot older and you understand that they're not going to open it up and let the glass beads out, roll all over the floor and have somebody slip, then give it to your child when they're old enough to know that. And polyplastic pellets, they're much larger. You can see when they've dropped on the floor. The glass beads are just kind of fine, and it could be a little slippery if it got on a tile or wood floor. They're like teeny tiny little marbles. Now I'm filling with polyfill, just seeing if I can give it a little bit more softer fill in and around the neck area. And we're going to shove some down there in the hip area and fill that little bottom out a little bit. I have a tutorial on how I fill my other dolls with the limbs. This is my first time sharing my Cuddle Baby version, but these are, for these play doll type doll heads that I'm working on. We're going to see how much this is going to weigh after we put that together. And so off to the right there, that bag is the polyplastic pellets, and I've done away with even putting those in there. It was just taking up too much space. So all we have inside this body now is the stocking bags of glass beads, which take up less space, and I was able to put enough polyfill in there to give it a little bit more cushion around those little bags. And I'm tightening up the neckline area casing to hold that head on secure, but still be able to turn it. Now, if it is not feeling tight enough, we are going to use a cable tie, and I may not show that in this video, but I do have cable ties, and I will send cable ties with my doll if you feel like the head seems a little loose and the drawstring is just not keeping it on tight enough. Then the cable tie will definitely do the trick. Right now, it feels pretty good. And by giving your customer a doll with a drawstring, they can open it up and adjust it and put the cable tie on themselves. It's fairly easy. I have a tutorial on that. You're just basically feeding it through the casing and tighten it up. Plastic cable tie, you can tighten up pretty tight. Your head should stay on there pretty secure. but I like the drawstring idea. But say you want to give it to a child that keeps wanting to take the head off, and you don't want them to, then put the cable tie on there and they won't take it off. They won't, but you can knot that drawstring pretty tight too, and they won't be able to untie it. But again, these dolls are not meant for toddlers. They're meant for an older child or an adult or your grandmother or someone in a senior home, maybe someone that has Alzheimer's or anxiety, and they like to hold something and have something to cuddle. It's very therapeutic. And anyway, I enjoy making these, and I'll probably be making some with other heads besides the ones that I'm showing you. The Bitty Babies, you can also get one in a cuddle body. We are putting on this preemie little outfit just to show that my body actually can wear a preemie outfit, such as this sleeper. I have not put on other clothes, but sleepers are kind of the thing to put on a cuddle baby. And you could put little diapers on this doll too if you wanted to fill out the area. And you could put a t-shirt on it. You could put other clothes on it as well. And you can get little mittens to cover the hands. They have those little baby infant scratch mittens. And I've actually made some a little bit smaller, just taking them to my sewing machine. Here I'm showing how you could stitch the arm right where the hand opening is. You could stitch that closed and make that a little cuddle sleeve. And sorry I don't have it in the camera there all the time. And I was showing that every once in a while you want to dust your baby's face off. It gets little fuzzies or lints. It's going to show up, especially on the darker skin. And I do offer eyelashes for anyone that wants the eyelashes on there. I just don't recommend eyelashes on these baby dolls for a young first-time reborner collector, like a young child, maybe when they're older and they're not messing with the eyelashes, or a lot of overdressing. The eyelashes could get damaged. You could refresh them. And anyway, this is just an example of contacting me, having a conversation with me, letting me know what you're looking for, what you prefer, and I can work with you. And that's exactly what happened today. Is she gave me a message, and we started talking, and she really loved this baby, and I'm so happy that this baby is going to be going home to her before Christmas.